2 of the expo, what do I think is, it was crazy. It was something different and new, but I think what I enjoyed the most today is, again, we sold so many products. So many people came for signings and pictures, and it just felt really good. And it wasn't just me, my girls got pictures too, and my boss, they were all like, oh, this is your team. Like, my team is, like I said, they've grown. They've grown, and it's been a blessing. It really has. I think this year has gone a little bit more easier and flower because of the amount of teammates that we have tribute to now. It's so much easier having this group handle this, and this group handle this, and this group handle this. It's nice to have everybody have their order of what they need to take care of, because it makes my job a little bit more easier. It makes my boss's job a little bit more easier, and the teammates as well. And it makes everything go smoothly.
So I think day 2 of Expo was really great. We had a lot of fans come up, a lot of interactions, I think it was really good. The show, we had an amazing response to our show today. It made people want to come up and get more photos, buy more merch, ask about her social media and everything like that. So show-wise, aspect-wise, I think it went amazing. Everything behind the scenes, of course, as we say, there's always hiccups in the road, bumps in the road. But when it comes to showtime, I guarantee everybody in that expo center was like, that was so crisp and professional. And they have no idea, like, we're back there like, running around like crazy, but we make it look awesome. Can't wait for you guys to see it and stay along for day 3. And I am Anna Graves out.
Yeah, it was. Because I made the speech after yesterday. I was like, look, we were a mess. There's way too many pieces. We're way unorganized. There was cold water. It's prep for her. She's the star, and she needs what she needs. The difference between cold and hot water was prime example today. My 2 workers that were working under the business literally were like, wow, what a change of a show. And I said, we didn't do nothing different. They're like, wait, what was different? It was the water. Hot water. Literally, the temperature of the water changed the entire... I can't wait to see the content. Like, this shower is great. Now we're going to interpret the neon into this. And, with her colored, stuff, everybody's always like, what's that colored stuff? Well, it's a secret. People will literally take paint and stick it in water and be like, how does she do it? It's because it ain't paint. Then they're like, they go to the store, the adult store, and they go and buy like 6 different neon colored things that they think are going to work. And next thing you know, you see people cutting up a bingo daubers and sticking it in the water thinking that's the neon stuff. And it's like, you're never going to know what we have. And you got women walking out looking blue and pink stuck to them because they're stained permanent. And it's hilarious. Like, I watched a girl at a club take a bingo dauber, broke it open, and tried to use it as a color neon. Yeah, she was green all night. She was green all night.
The water felt so good. Thanks to one of my teammates running all the way to the hotel just to get scorching hot water in jugs to pour it in there. Yeah, that's a blessing. It felt so good, and I feel like my show was a little bit more better than what I had expectations for this one than it was the first one. And I had so much fun with it. So did the crowd. The crowd was enormous. They were just keep coming and coming. I see people from the back still coming. And it felt so good. In the beginning of my show, and at the end, and even in the middle, my boss was like, okay, when I say Texie, when I say Tiny, y'all say Texie. And all you could hear is Tiny. And the crowd saying, Texie. It felt so good to hear that. I got a little bit emotional during my shower scene when I was hearing that, but I felt so good. And I put on one hell of a show.
There have been a couple bumps, hiccups, you know what I mean?
Right.
But out of all the expo events that we've done, this is the most scheduled. This is the most, not laid back, because it's definitely not a laid back environment, but it's more of a structure. There's more structure to it. It's a little bit more relaxed, because we have more help. We have more people. It takes off the stress. So just 3 people or 4 people aren't handling the weight of 1,000 pounds of stress. It's spread out among 8 or 9 people, so everybody can handle just a little bit of stress, and that really helps a lot.
So he was able to even enjoy it at times, right?
I seen him actually 2 times up by the stage, and that's something that we don't ever get to do at events, is go up to the stage and enjoy a performance or even walk around, and I saw him and one of the other girls that we work with do it. Chanel, you guys will probably see some content down below of her walking around advertising Tiny Texie merch, but it's still nice and enjoying or fun to walk around and see all of the stuff the event has to offer, because that's not something we normally get to do. We're so busy. Sometimes, like today, I don't think this should be a part of footage at all, but at Expo, I could not use the restroom one time. I did not go pee today one time at Expo, and I had to pee all day, but we were just, and I had a minute or two to sit down, but in that minute or two, I was like, go pee or, take your shoe off for a second, take your shoe off for a second. Like, you gotta pick which things are better, And if we didn't have the help that we have now, I don't think I would have even got to take my shoe off for 2 seconds.
For the last day, I think it's gonna go all right. I mean, I just think a lot of Texie's fans are new. I think she develops a lot more new fans. The reoccurring aren't really reoccurring. They aren't returners. Yes, you get your daily people that we recognize, but it's like out of 10 people, 8 of them will be brand new people that have never heard of her, never known of her, or they've heard of her and they want to meet her. Once they get that wow factor and they met her and stuff like that, I think they don't look at the bigger picture on the difference between her and the other stars. They just see her as that star. But hopefully we can change it. Every day I've seen the last 2 days, it's changed. Same girl comes back today and she's like, whoa, you guys' booth is just so amazing. Like, you have the biggest booth. You guys are putting in the biggest effort. You can see that you're not just some star. You present it that way. But I think people are starting to realize that we are different, and that's what I want. I don't want to fall down the rabbit hole thinking that we're the next, the next star that's just gonna get washed away. Because Texie don't got that much time left. Like, it's ticking. It's ticking. And you guys will see by the video, she's getting sick. She's getting hurt. She's getting sick. She's getting tired. She's getting weak. And that's a lot to do with her calcium deficiency, The difference between other little people and her, they can't walk, can't jump, can't move, way too much, have brittle bones. Her, she's literally deteriorating. She's her health, her energy, it's all calcium. Calcium is literally the number one thing in your body that keeps your bone marrow growing, it keeps your health, it keeps your brain moving right. And she's slowly going downhill, but we're going to keep pushing it to the next big thing and just give her, and that's what she wants. It's not about the money, this is my family, and I love them like my family, and you'll hear it in the video, like I love her like my family, and she is my family, but I would do this for another girl. If Texie was gone and I had to bring in a whole new girl into a whole new environment and do a whole new booth with them at this expo, I would treat them the same way.
Final day is seeing who all wants to come back for that one last picture, that one last merch. I've seen people already today saying, no, I'm coming back tomorrow. Like, I know I got what I needed today, but I need to get more tomorrow. And just music to my ears every time I hear that.
The performance was night and day, to be honest. I mean, yesterday we got that, first trial setting up the new revamped prop. We got a good trial going, and yesterday we weren't able to have, everything 100% up to par, like how we wanted. Some of the prop, the prop was great, but like, for example, some of the, stuff that comes out of it wasn't the right temperature. So that can set off a whole performance or the rest of a performance in an off way, all because it might not be the right temperature or something's the wrong color, the music goes bad, something like that, you know. So today we had a chance to really refine the prop, refine the show instead of overcomplicating it, and we have more of a crew go up, set it up immediately. One person has each job, it's one and done, and it's more seamless, and it's more entertaining for the crowd because you're not distracting all of them. They're supposed to be looking at the talent, not what you're doing behind her.
Cam was a lot more chill. Cam, you could see he was a little bit more at ease. He got to be able to enjoy the scenery of the booth rather than constantly being stressed. Because, man, my boss Cam does so much along with the other team. And it's hard for him because he's got to keep everybody in check. You got to make sure everybody's doing the job that they're assigned to. He's got to make sure I'm taken care of. You know, and that's one thing today I did notice with him is he took a lot of care of me today, and he didn't have to. He could have, you know, made sure everything was taken care of on out over there, but he had so much time on his hands. He was like, you know, he's the type of person I need to do something. So he was able to help me with what I needed. And, you know, I got to be able to walk out in my bear suit. I loved it. It was so much fun, you know. It's a little bit of a hard time, but I enjoyed it, and a lot of the fans enjoyed it too, because I get a lot of people on my Instagram, when are you going to do the Tiny Teddy? When are you going to do the Tiny Teddy? And I was able to do it today, and so many people, like, loved it. And like I said, you know, Boss was really able to enjoy everything. The show, you know, being able to make sure everything's in order at the booth, and not have to stress so much, and it felt really good to see him light up a little bit more.
I agree. I interviewed some of the team members, and I explained to them that I think there's 9 of them now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling them that everything y'all did, 3 people did last year. You know, and they were tripping out, and they could understand why.
Now that they see all that, they're like, oh my God, you did all this by yourself. Yeah.
I know you're Illinois native. Y'all got a.
Y'all need to keep dibs, because, like, we ain't done yet. We keep going, and we gonna come back. And like I said, we're just gonna keep expanding. And the shows are just gonna get even better. And I cannot wait. So for all you local fans, just know we ain't going nowhere. We're here. So keep your eyes out.
Bro, I am not trying to, like, cap. I am not trying to cap, but that was crazy. Like, today, whenever I took Texie back to her room or back to her dressing room area, I was like, bro, that was awesome. Like, that was really good. That was 10 times better than the show yesterday. Because I do really believe, like, when it comes to this industry or things like that, you know, people that do performances or live shows, that is an art, you know, and if you're not in the right frame of mind, you're not going to have a good performance or a good show. If your shoe is untied or it hurts in the wrong way, it could affect your entire show, you know, and that's a big thing that I had to learn and understand about because, you know, I'm not a celebrity and I don't do live performances. So that's something that we all have to understand about Texie as a team, that if one little thing is off about her performance, it could affect the entire show. So now, as I keep saying, having all of us to make sure that every mark is hit on that show, she has everything she needs, whether it be a hair tie, a glasses, a water, anything, she has it. Somebody's there to help and get it. And it causes less stress throughout the whole team. I think it's awesome.
I think we need more workers, more assistant and women. I think we've reached our male capacity. I think we need to start getting more women, helping with the booth, helping the expo. So I hope that, you know, some women reach out to Texie through her YouTube channel, through these videos.
Hey y'all, I'm Tiny Texie, and this is day 2 of the expo. But don't worry, we got day 3 coming. So y'all be ready. Hit that subscribe button, because you're gonna want to stay tuned. I love you guys. Hey guys, it's your one and only Tiny Texie. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you would like more of me, go check out all my social media. Of course, it's at Tiny Texie.